You don't lose marriage when you stop chasing it. You unlock it. The moment wanting turns into pressure, love steps back. But when desire softens into certainty, life leans in. What if the delay wasn't punishment, but protection? And what if marriage has been waiting for you to release the very way you've been wanting it? Most people believe marriage comes faster. The more they think about it, talk about it, or worry about it. But intense wanting often hides a quiet fear. The fear of not having, not being chosen, not being enough. That kind of wanting sends a message of absence. Life does not respond to words, it responds to inner states. When you want marriage from a place of lack, you are affirming that it is missing, and life, being a faithful mirror, keeps reflecting that assumption back to you. This is why effort sometimes creates distance instead of closeness. Love is not drawn to urgency, it is drawn to calm knowing. There is a difference between desire and attachment. Desire is natural and light. Attachment is heavy and demanding. Attachment says, I need this to feel complete. That need creates resistance because it places marriage on a pedestal and yourself below it. The moment you stop wanting marriage as a solution to loneliness, insecurity, or social pressure, something inside you relaxes. And that relaxation is powerful. It changes your energy, your decisions, your expectations. Suddenly you are no longer asking life to fill a void. You are allowing life to match your wholeness. Marriage arrives when you stop scanning every interaction for potential. When you stop asking, is this the one, before even knowing yourself in the moment. Constant evaluation keeps you in the future, while love only forms in the present. When you are fully present, you become authentic. And authenticity is magnetic. People don't fall in love with effort. They fall in love with presence. The moment you stop trying to make something happen, you finally allow something real to happen. Wanting marriage like this often means comparing timelines, watching others get engaged, questioning why it hasn't happened yet, measuring your worth against someone else's chapter. Comparison creates impatience, and impatience creates doubt. Doubt weakens faith in your own path. When you release comparison, you reclaim trust. You realize that your journey is not late, it is precise. Marriage does not follow a calendar, it follows alignment, and alignment cannot be rushed. There is a subtle shift that happens when you stop wanting marriage as an escape and start allowing it as an addition. You stop negotiating your standards out of fear. You stop tolerating confusion. You stop explaining your worth. This shift alone filters out what cannot meet you where you are. Suddenly, fewer connections interest you, but the right ones feel different, calmer, clearer, more mutual. Marriage moves toward clarity, because clarity sustains it. The paradox is this: when you stop needing marriage to arrive, you become ready for it. Readiness is not about age, finances, or perfection. It is about emotional stability. It is about being okay with your own company. It is about enjoying your life as it is, not as it could be with someone else. From this state, you no longer ask love to rescue you. You invite it to walk beside you. And that invitation is irresistible. Life listens closely to what you assume to be normal. If struggle in love feels normal, you will experience more of it. If waiting feels normal, you will keep waiting. But when partnership feels natural in your imagination, not desperate, not dramatic, just normal, life rearranges itself to confirm that assumption. This is not forcing belief. It is settling into expectation. Expectation is quiet. It does not shout. It does not beg. It simply knows. Marriage arrives when your inner conversations change. When you stop saying, "Why hasn't it happened?" and start saying, "It's unfolding in its own way." That shift removes resistance. Resistance delays, while allowance accelerates. Allowance is not giving up. It is trusting the process without tension. It is knowing that what is meant for you cannot miss you, and what misses you was never meant to stay. Many people think letting go means losing desire. In truth, letting go means releasing control. You don't stop wanting love. You stop micromanaging how it should come. You stop dictating the timing, the person, the story. You trust life's intelligence more than your anxiety. And when you do, life surprises you, not because you forced it, but because you finally made space for it. Marriage does not arrive when you are exhausted from wanting. It arrives when wanting transforms into readiness, when longing becomes calm anticipation, when hope becomes quiet certainty, when you no longer feel behind, broken, or forgotten. The moment you stop wanting marriage like a missing piece and start living like a whole person, the reflection must appear, because life always responds to who you are being, not to what you are begging for. So release the pressure, release the timeline, release the fear that something is wrong with you. Nothing is wrong. You are not late. You are not overlooked. You are simply being prepared to meet marriage from a place of strength, not desperation. And when that preparation is complete, love does not knock loudly. It arrives naturally, calmly, and unmistakably, right when you no longer doubt that it will. When desire turns into pressure, love begins to pull away instead of coming closer. Pressure is created when marriage becomes a constant mental demand rather than a gentle expectation. You start watching the clock, counting years, and questioning yourself. This urgency quietly tells life that you believe something is missing or delayed. Life reflects that belief by stretching the waiting even further. Calm desire, on the other hand, feels patient and trusting. It does not rush outcomes or force connections. When you release pressure, your energy softens, your behavior relaxes, and your interactions become natural. This emotional ease is what allows marriage to move toward you. Love responds to confidence and calm, not to stress and fear. The moment you stop pushing, you begin pulling the right experiences in, without effort. Wanting marriage from a place of lack reinforces the feeling that love is absent in your life. Each thought of "I don't have it yet" becomes a silent command to keep that reality alive. Lack narrows your perception and makes you hyper-aware of what's missing instead of what's forming. When you shift your focus to gratitude, growth, and fulfillment, your inner world signals completeness. From that space, desire becomes lighter and healthier. You no longer need marriage to validate you or save you. Life responds quickly when it senses emotional independence. Love is drawn to those who feel whole already. When you stop affirming absence and start affirming readiness, marriage begins moving toward you in ways that feel natural and aligned. Attachment creates invisible tension that commitment can sense instantly. When you cling to outcomes, people feel pressure, even if you never speak it aloud. This tension often pushes potential partners away or attracts emotionally unavailable connections. Inner wholeness removes that tension. When you are comfortable on your own, your presence becomes peaceful rather than demanding. You listen more, enjoy more, and expect less. This emotional freedom makes space for genuine connection. Commitment is attracted to those who can stand independently, because they can also stand together. Marriage flows toward those who do not grasp for it, but allow it. Letting go of attachment does not remove desire. It purifies it. Comparing your journey to others distorts your sense of timing and worth. When you see someone else's engagement or wedding as proof that you are behind, you unknowingly tell yourself a story of delay. That story creates anxiety, and anxiety clouds intuition. Every life unfolds according to its own rhythm, and comparison disrupts alignment. When you stop measuring your progress against others, your mind becomes quiet and receptive. Trust returns. You begin to sense that your path is not late, it is precise. Marriage follows inner alignment, not social milestones. The moment you detach from external timelines, your inner timeline activates, and things begin moving forward effortlessly. Control feels safe, but it limits what life can bring you. When you try to control how, when, and with whom marriage should happen, you narrow the field of possibilities. Letting go of control does not mean giving up. It means trusting something greater than your fear. When you release rigid expectations, life can surprise you in better ways than you imagined. Alignment thrives in flexibility. Marriage often appears when you least expect it, because expectation has loosened its grip. The more you trust the process, the more naturally things fall into place. Control blocks flow, while trust opens doors you didn't know existed. Love cannot grow when you are constantly evaluating every interaction. When you approach people with silent questions and hidden agendas, you miss the present moment. Presence allows authenticity, and authenticity builds real connection. When you stop analyzing where something is going and start enjoying where it is, relationships deepen naturally. Marriage grows out of genuine moments, not mental checklists. When you are present, you become emotionally available instead of strategically guarded. This openness allows love to unfold without pressure. The right connection does not require constant questioning. It feels easy and grounded. Presence creates the space where real commitment can take root. Effort alone does not create marriage. Emotional readiness does. You can search, plan, and try endlessly, but without inner stability, results remain inconsistent. Emotional readiness means knowing yourself, regulating your emotions, and enjoying your life as it is. From this place, you do not rush intimacy or cling to attention. You move with confidence and clarity. Marriage aligns with those who can handle partnership without losing themselves. When effort is replaced by readiness, attraction becomes effortless. Love finds you when you are capable of receiving it without fear or dependency. When marriage feels natural within you, there is no inner conflict about deserving it. You stop questioning whether it will happen and start assuming that it will. This assumption reshapes your thoughts, actions, and energy. Life mirrors what you expect to be normal. When partnership feels normal, life organizes itself accordingly. You meet the right people at the right time, without force. Manifestation feels effortless, because resistance is gone. The outer world simply confirms what you have already accepted inside. Marriage arrives quietly, smoothly, and at the exact moment you stop doubting its place in your life.